It has been a minute. It's actually been lots of minutes. And there's numerous reasons for that. The main one being time. I haven't wanted to take away from this build and cut any corners. That's the reason it's actually went so much further than we originally intended. We wanted to do it right and do it one time instead of keep coming back to fix little nitpicking things here or there. With that being said, I've shortchanged y'all instead of shortchanging the build. I haven't documented as much and so on and so forth. That, and I had a Jeep to get ready for Trail Hero. If you don't know what Trail Hero is, I suggest you look it up. It's the first time I've ever had my family across the country, despite all the travels I've done, and they enjoyed it, and I actually thoroughly enjoyed it as well, even though we were stuck driving across the country and at one point even broke down outside of Flagstaff, Arizona for about 15 hours. But nonetheless, it was a killer time, and I can't say enough good things about Trail Hero. I'll probably even do a little video on that later down the road here. But the last y'all saw, Scratch had pretty much finished these doors, and I was hacking out the cab corners over there. But the cab's no longer on the truck. It's chassis in one spot, cabs in another, front clips in another, and as you can see, the doors still sit where they were last time. But we decided to go much further because, again, we only wanted to do this one time and we wanted to do it right. So for now, I'll shut up and you can kind of see the process of what I did here. With that being said, it's going to be all jumbled up because I didn't always hit the record button and I didn't set up the cameras half the time. But again, I'll shut up for now and you can just see for yourself. But if you wouldn't mind, hit the subscribe button, little notification bell, and maybe leave a comment down below of what you want to see next time. I greatly appreciate it. Until next time, my friends. Here we go. You can see what I'm talking about now. This is the passenger side. Lips all 8 out. Obviously there's a big hole right there. And then the lip for the bracket that's supposed to be here that connects over to the floorboard when it's in, it was half gone. So obviously it's easier to do this now while the floorboard's out. Get all that made up, get it put into place. And the back ones I have to do as well for both driver and passenger. But once all that's done, then we can start dry fitting the floorboard. This is the driver's side of the truck. It's all intact, there's no holes in it, which is awesome. So this is obviously what I'm replicating. Now I have to limit my space because here we have the door, rather where the door hinge goes. It's the same on the other side. So these, you can see now what I'm actually making and what I'm replicating. So, as you saw, there's more rust. There's more rust. Yeah, so basically what happened is I found a little pinhole and I picked at it like a donkey. And then took a wire brush because I knew there was more in there and just buzzed over it, as you saw, and yeah, there it is. There's more issues. Anyway. Furic cup. Check them out. Mike Furic makes some amazing cups. I'm not so sure about the names. I mean, 10, 12 years ago, I would have laughed my butt off. I mean, I still laugh about it, but you know, I have a daughter. She's 8, gonna be turning 9 soon, and eventually I want to teach her how to weld. And you know, I don't want to have to be like, oh, go get that particular cup to do this. Anyway. There's the patch panels. There's the patch panels to start it for back there, which you just saw. I made this little radius gauge, so I had something to go off of, something small and easy to work with. And all that, both that and the patch panels were made on that stupid little metal brake. You know, vise, which the vise ain't even mounted right, but little vise mount metal brake. And I'll show you the fitment. Fitment, what I'm talking about. Good and tight. Actually, that part just did it. That don't work. Let's go here. That's where it's not. You can see it's good and tight. Good and tight. All the way around. That way I knew I had something good to go off of. So this was my little radius gauge that I made. So I can start making all these patch panels. Basically, it's just gonna be two pieces. This piece and this piece. And I'll probably cut out a section, like I have a piece out of this cab corner. So I'll take that out of the patch panel cab corner and use it right here to patch that. So I don't even have to like make all that funky angle stuff, which would be a real pain. I just gotta do it in two of them. Anyway, so there's that nonsense I have to deal with. All right, so as you can see, floorboard is sitting in place. We've already started welding some things in. Right, cha. If you remember, this is a patch panel here, which I finished welding that out. You just grind that all up and buff it out. Then we made this little angle here, which is what was originally here factory. You can see it on the other side. Had to make these here, these braces, and there's actually a nut down in here. That's for when the, sorry, camera's not working. When the fender wells go in there, when that comes back in, we're gonna need that nut to line everything up. So getting all this welded in, and then from the back side, there's more of these plug welds, spot welds to secure everything. And one of the ways, you know, I had some people ask me, how are you lining that up? Well, see if I can get the camera to focus here. We use the factory body mount, the factory cab mount. You know, it's in, let's see here, the other side as well. So took some jacks, got it all jacked up into place. Had a jack under each corner, putting slight pressure up on the cab to imitate, you know, the weight of the cab being on the chassis or on the frame. And then, you know, just took a couple 1/2-inch bolts, bolted it up, you know, snug, not crazy tight, didn't put a 1/2-inch gun on it, just bolted it up snug, got it tight. That way I knew it was all lined up front. The back, we had done some measuring, you know, took some measures beforehand, got everything lined up the best we could, you know, going off of those measurements, and lots and lots of clamps. See, down here in the cab corners, getting them ready. So it's been, you know, like a day or so getting everything lined up and getting that much done. But I didn't want to bore y'all with that.